Hi Scorpio, and welcome to my channel. This is Esjaye. This is a brand new channel, so if you accessed my previous video, which was only done a couple of days or so ago, it was the career video for Scorpio, then welcome back. Thank you for your comments, by the way, and to those of you who've subscribed, thank you very much. As I say, this has only been, I literally started the channel a couple of days or so ago, so you know, I'm doing my best to get into some sort of routine for, you know, how many videos I'm going to be able to produce and how many readings I can do before my energy totally runs out. So bear with me, but I hope if you did access my previous reading, you enjoyed it. If you didn't, it was the career reading for the month of May. If you want to go and look at that, obviously it's listed on my channel. I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe, and if you click the notification bell, if you didn't know that already. If you do, then sorry, just bear with me. But for new people, really, if you click the notification bell, then you will get a notification every time I produce a new video. So I did say when I did the previous Scorpio video for May that I would actually do a love reading, a specific love reading for you. So at least I think it was a Scorpio one I said that in. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So I realised that we're now into the first week of May, but I just wanted to sort of get the ball rolling and do a love reading for you. I'm going to use the oracle cards today. I always am guided by spirit, and I'm an intuitive reader, which means that I will interpret the cards as spirit are advising me to do at any given time. So today I always ask which cards they want me to use, and they wanted me to start with these, so oracle it is today. So here we go. Spirit, please could you we're looking at love, please, for Scorpios, for Scorpio for the month of May 2020. Please can you give, whoops, sorry, I actually dropped those, so I'm going to reshuffle those. Okay, please can you give me the cards needed for Scorpio for May 2020 for love, please. For love, please, Spirit. I don't tend to read reversal, so let's go with the flow. Ooh. I'm going to pick that one because that was most visible. Some more, please. Some more, please. I'm feeling that I need 6, so I'm going to go with 6 initially if they give me 6. For Scorpio, please, Spirit. What else for Scorpio for May, please, for love? Scorpio for love for May. Scorpio for love. Whoop! Scorpio for May for love, please. Scorpio for May for love. No, I don't know if that's the right one. Scorpio for May for love, please, Spirit. Scorpio for May for love. Scorpio for May for love. One more, please, Spirit. One more. One more. I need another one. Okay, that was the one that I felt. I always say that I want to aim for a certain number of cards because that feels right at the beginning of the reading, but then things like that happen and they sort of want to clarify things further. Can you see those cards? Yeah, I'm still getting used to the camera work, Scorpio. Look, it's only day 3. I'm getting there. Bear with me. All right. Okay, so we're looking at the month of May and we're looking specifically at love. I am going to clarify these cards because they're very interesting base cards. It kind of feels to me, Scorpio, that you sense that you're heading for a big change in terms of love. Now, this isn't going to resonate with all of you. You know, there are going to be some of you that are going to say, well, actually, I'm in a happy relationship and frankly, I don't feel that. But if that's the case, then this reading isn't necessarily for you. Just take from it what you feel is for you, okay? But the message for this particular group of Scorpios is that we have this change of this card of transformation here. You know, the transformation card is usually a big change. So you know, it may just be that inside you feel that something is changing. As I say, this may not necessarily be that strange at the moment because of the world situation at the moment with lockdown, etc. You may feel that while you've been sort of, if you have been on lockdown or if you've been key working and, you know, working really hard on behalf of everyone, thank you very much. But it may have brought about some emotional change for you. I'll try not to wave my hands about too much, otherwise that's all you'll see. Okay, but no, this literally is, you know, it may be, you know, not everybody, but a lot of people have been saying that, you know, the world is going to feel differently when we come through these changes. And it may simply be reflecting that at the moment, but it does kind of feel that in terms of your emotional relationships, your loving relationships, that there are going to be some form of changes and they are going to be for the better. And it's almost like intuitively, Scorpio, you know this. You have this inner knowing, and it's no surprise to me that the Crown Chakra card has come up with the Wisdom card. Obviously, the crown chakra is sort of intuition. It's about your sense of knowing, your sense of, you know, your feeling that these changes are happening, Scorpio. And, you know, the wisdom card, it just fits with the crown chakra card because it's like you've got this inner knowing and, you know, wisdom is knowledge, you know, knowledge is wisdom, etc., etc. It's a comfortable feeling. This isn't a dramatic change that is going to be awful. This has a lovely feeling about it to me at the moment. This is a feeling from the card. Now, you may be looking at the cards and you may be thinking, okay, SJ, you're saying this is a comfortable one, but now we have this suffering in silence card thing. We have the suffering in silence card, okay? You know, any changes bring about a bit of worry. You know, it would be very unusual if you weren't worrying a little bit about, you know, the way forward or how things are going to pan out. And it may be that because this has come up with, underneath it, it's come up with the Memories of Love card. This almost feels like, you know, I don't feel that you've necessarily been suffering in silence, as the card says. I feel that maybe you've had some sadness, that maybe you know, are being reflective about perhaps people who have passed or about past relationships. You know, there's a sense of melancholy about these two cards here, which is why I said earlier the cards generally have a lovely feeling about them. But I think this is very much about you reflecting on things that have gone, you know, relationships you've had in the past. I'm going to just put those there because the one that I skirted over earlier was this one. And because it came up underneath I must explain to you that because I'm an intuitive reader, I read the cards in the order that I feel are appropriate. And normally they flow across. Sometimes they flow up and down. This particular group of cards are flowing, well, they flow in both directions, but they're mirroring each other here. And so when the Material and Spiritual Prosperity card came up with transformation, that tells me that, you know, while you may be reflecting on relationships that happened before and you may be feeling a little bit uncertain, the changes that are coming are going to be good changes. you know. In terms of spiritual prosperity, remember this is a love reading, so we're looking at spiritual prosperity, about you feeling better about yourself, about you feeling better about your relationships. This Scorpio is your time to shine. So for the end of May, you're going to be seeing and feeling that this your life, in terms of your loving relationships, life is going to be opening up for you. I'm going to be clarifying these cards right now. These are very interesting base cards, as I said earlier, for a love reading. Can you see that one? I'll show you it when it comes to it. I'm going to clarify all of these because we're looking, Spirit, at the month of May for Scorpio in terms of love relationships, please. Please tell us more about this transformation. Spirit, this is for Scorpio. That came up with that one. I'm going to put both of those out. I wonder if I've got enough room to pull them down there, possibly. Let's move the crystals back. Okay, so we have the transformation card. Spirit are saying to you that, you know that they're hearing that you want changes. They know that you want changes. This is a card of want. It's a card of sexual energy. It's a card of, you know, sexual passion. They're asking you to just breathe, be at peace with it, go with the flow of, you know, whatever is brought your way in terms of change in your relationships, because they know what you want. You know, Spirit are helping you with this change. Please clarify the crown chakra card. Yeah, I mean, it's I always love it when this comes up in a Scorpio reading, because obviously we have the flames here. You know, they're saying for the time being, Scorpio, you know, in the month of May, they want you to just take a breath, because there will come a time fairly soon where you will be asked to take the lead in a situation. So if you've been hesitating about the person in your life, or whether or not you ought to initiate changes regarding a certain person, the time to do that may well be coming, but for the moment they just want you to take a breath and take your time and not go rushing in. Let's see what they advise for the rest of the reading. Can we look at suffering in silence? Well, they've sent us 2 cards. Now that is interesting. That is very interesting. I always feel when this card comes up, I always feel that this is a masculine energy. So it doesn't matter really whether you're male or female, but there's going to be a strong sort of, someone with a strong masculine energy that is going to need to take the lead here. So this is very interesting. It almost feels like, bear with me, to excuse me, they're on one hand, they're saying they want you to breathe because they want you to take the lead. But then we have this card saying lead. That is so interesting, because it almost feels like this relationship that you are focusing on and that is coming your way is almost like a balanced relationship. That is quite extraordinary, because it came up with this card, you know, which is the love card. It's the lover's card. It's a very balanced relationship. So, you know, if you're in this relationship already, then, you know, obviously you both know each other's strengths, etc., etc. If this is somebody new, what Spirit is saying to you is, yes, you know, on one hand, they want you to breathe because the time will come where you need to take steps, but so does the other person. They want this relationship to be a balanced relationship because that is the best way for you to achieve a balanced, loving relationship, Scorpio, without one of you being very dominant, because that doesn't feel good to me. When I'm feeling it inside, it doesn't feel good. But when we talk about the balance of both people leading here, you know, and maybe it's about tempering the passion a little bit in order to have a relationship that can be sustained, because, you know, the Lovers card is very much about loving, you know, solid relationship, really. So, yeah, I mean, we saw earlier the suffering in silence card and you being quite melancholy about relationships. And it kind of feels, Scorpio, as though this is what you're aiming for, that you want something more solid, you know. And in May, you know, it feels like you're thinking a lot about how you're going to achieve that, and whether you should take the lead or whether they should take the lead. What Spirit are saying is just breathe for the time being, you know, almost like go with the flow. That's very interesting. I've never had those two cards come up side by side, but that feels really balanced. When I look at those cards, it makes me feel really good inside, really sort of balanced, stable, with an equal measure of excitement. I'm getting in a vision of two flames, you know, of this type, but both flickering at exactly the same time, you know, a balance, an equal balance of passion, an equal balance of love, an equality in this relationship. And that is looking really positive for you, Scorpio. So let's see where the material and spiritual prosperity fits in. Please give us guidance regarding the material and spiritual prosperity cards for Scorpio for May 2020. For May 2020. For May 2020 for Scorpio, please, Spirit. Material and spiritual prosperity. Please explain more. Please explain more for material prosperity. Yeah. They're asking you again to be a bit patient with this, Scorpio. This is why they keep asking you to breathe, because, you know, you're awaiting results. You're waiting to see. You've had this time of being melancholy. You're wanting this balanced relationship, and they're saying to you that they know you're awaiting results of this. And they know that, you know, you want it to be a successful relationship. You want this prosperity. And when I talk about prosperity, I don't mean financial necessarily, because this is a love reading. I mean like an emotional prosperity. You know, you feeling sort of more at peace with your relationship inside. So they acknowledge that you're waiting for that to happen. Oops. Let me just see what these are. I'm just going to shuffle those again because I'm not sure they were meant to come out at that moment. I'm going to ask for another card here. Can you tell us more about the awaiting results, please? The awaiting results, please. The awaiting results, please, for Scorpio for May. Yeah, I mean, this is the card, the base chakra card. This is about your core. This is about your, you know, they know that you have already been waiting for the results. And maybe you've had to be very patient about a relationship. You know, maybe you've been in this dilemma about which way to take it, whether you should move, whether they should, you know, move in terms of making the first move. You know, Spirit are very aware that this is what you want, as we said before. They know you're waiting results, and they know that you have been waiting for those results. So let's see where the wisdom fits in, please. Where does the wisdom fit in, please? Where does the wisdom fit in, please? For Scorpio for May. What will the wisdom bring for Scorpio in May? Yeah, here. And we have a card of detachment. You know, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be leaving a relationship, because that doesn't look the way that things are heading to me. But, you know, it maybe is a feeling of, you know, you know that at the moment this hasn't been doing you any good. You know, I get a feeling that when I say it hasn't been doing you any good, I don't mean the relationship, but I mean your thoughts, your worries, maybe there's been some overthinking here, that you know a change is needed, you know you want this change to happen, but because you've been wondering, trying to figure out, you know, thinking about who's going to take the lead and how this can move on or how this can change, you know, you've maybe reached the point where you just think, you know what, I can't keep thinking about this anymore. I've been waiting for these changes to happen. They haven't happened. I haven't been able to make up my mind about it. And now I need to sort of detach from the emotion of it, because, you know, this isn't for my greater good, really. This is coming up a lot. I did a Piscean reading earlier on that was very similar in that they were asking, Spirit were asking them to detach from, it wasn't the same card, it was a different set of cards, but it was a similar feeling that they're saying, look, you know, at the moment, let's just go with the flow. We're all going through changes. And emotionally, you know, focus on you at the moment, because, you know, you need to build that inner strength. Let's have another card for wisdom and detach, please. Can we just have another card for wisdom and detach? What's this one? Yeah, so, I mean, that fits as well. They're asking you to spread your wings, and they don't necessarily mean, you know, leave your relationship and fly. I mean, instinctively, you will know what's right for you, because we have the crown chakra card here, and we do know there are changes afoot. But, you know, that changes can mean anything. It can mean a change in the way that you manage your relationship, a change in the way that you communicate. It can mean a change where you decide to leave a relationship, or it can mean a change in that, you know, you're single and a new relationship is coming in. That's why these readings, because they're so general, are readings that you need to take. You need to take what applies to you, what resonates for you. And, you know, whatever you're meant to hear, you will hear, basically, and just take what you need from them. But these two cards coming up together are quite interesting. So we've got the wisdom card, first of all, which was about you sort of having this knowing, you know which way that you want to go with this. You know that she looks very sad in that card. And, you know, again, she's releasing the dove there. She's letting go of something. And it feels to me that you're letting go of the emotion from a situation and spreading your wings. So you're doing things for you, which is what Spirit seem to be guiding a lot of the signs to do at the moment. You're doing things for you to sort of distract while you await the results of the situation. You are doing things for you, which is much healthier than sort of dwelling. Let's see memories of love, please. What are these melancholy feelings, please? Where's this going to take us? Spirit for Scorpio for May. Where's this going to take us for Scorpio for May, please? Where's this going to take us for Scorpio for May? Where's this going to take us for Scorpio for May? Yeah, they're asking you to find balance. So again, they don't want you to live in the past. They don't want you to look at relationships before and try and analyse them. You know, they're wanting you to find balance, because, you know, this is the card we're heading towards. This is your time to shine. You know, you are going to be centre stage in a situation. This is going to be, you know, the way forward, and things are going to be a lot brighter for you, Scorpio. But it feels like you're doing a lot of dwelling and a lot of sort of trying to figure things out in May. And so what Spirit is saying to you is, you know, take some of the emotion out, do some things for yourself, you know, go and do different activities, spread your wings in terms of, you know, going out and about and doing things that you want to do to nurture you. They want you to find balance. They don't want you to live in the past. So let's have a look at what's ahead in terms of this light, please. Please tell us about Scorpio shining. Please tell us about the light for Scorpio for May, please, Spirit. Please tell us about the light for Scorpio for May. Please tell us about the light for Scorpio for May. Oop. Please tell us about the light for Scorpio for May. Yeah, you see, they've thrown this. Actually, this came up earlier. This card came up earlier in one of the sets of cards that fell. And I didn't take it because I felt I just dropped the cards. But this card came up. So, you know, in order for you to shine, and I will look at this card in a moment. In order for you to shine, Scorpio, you know, we're looking again at self-care, at focusing on you for the time being. Spirit have heard what you want. They said this over here. They know that this is what you want in your life. And they're asking you to nurture yourself at the moment because it is your time to shine. Yeah, they do make me smile. They're asking you to change your focus. So while you've been dwelling on your relationship, because we've all had lots of overthinking time recently because of, you know, the situation in the world, as we were saying earlier, they want you to change your focus. They don't want you to dwell on the past. They don't want you to dwell on, you know, how to take things forward. They just want you to nurture yourself, look after yourself, focus on yourself. Look how serene this woman looks. You know, she looks totally at peace, very serene, and you know, that's what they want for you. They want you, Scorpio, in the month of May to put your worries about your relationships to one side and to just breathe, change your focus. I suspect, Scorpio, that your June reading for love is going to be very, very interesting because this almost feels like, you know, the spirit are wanting you to put the worries away because things are going to change. We know there's a transformation here, but it's all going to be nurturing, peaceful, positive, your time to shine. Is there another card there, please, regarding the focus and the nurture? What's the outcome card for those cards, please? What is the outcome for those cards, please? What is the outcome for those cards, please? What is the outcome for those cards, please? Oops. Sorry, I dropped those two. What is the outcome for those cards? What is the outcome? What is the outcome for those cards, please? Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. So in asking for the outcome cards, for this sort of self-nurturing, the focusing on you, you know, Spirit are saying that, you know, bonds, whoever it is that is the important person in your life, that bonds with that person will be strengthening. And this will simply bring, you know, more love into the situation. As I say, whether this is a romantic partner or whether this is your loving relationships with family, etc., etc., you know, this love is actually going to become stronger as a result of you nurturing yourself, Scorpio. So that's a really important message for you for the month of May. I'm just going to see if there's anything from the romance angels. What advice do you have, please? Let's get some advice. What advice do you have for Scorpio, please, angels? What advice is there for Scorpio for the month of May? What advice for Scorpio regarding their love life and their loving relationships for the month of May? What advice is there for Scorpio, please, for the month of May? It's interesting. Children. Your love life is being affected by children. So if you're at home and you've been locked down with children and maybe it's causing a little bit of stress in your household, or you know, or maybe you've realised that you want to spend more time as a family with your children. Maybe that's the change that you are looking to make, and you know, that is the discussions that you're having and you're trying to think about in terms of nurturing your family and each other. Right, and they're also saying that this is worth waiting for. So in terms of your loving relationships, there's something worth waiting for here. And it's interesting that a few minutes ago I said I feel your June reading is going to be very interesting, because I almost felt like good things were ahead in terms of June. And the spirit is very much saying that divine timing is at work in your love life. So, you know, they maybe want you to do this self-nurturing first, Scorpio, in order to, you know, and when the timing is right, they will bring in the right relationship. Are there any others, please? Any other advice for Scorpio for May? Is there any other advice for Scorpio for May, please? Is there any other advice for Scorpio for May, Spirit? That one came up, let me see. Ah, very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So they are saying it's worth waiting for, Scorpio, but they're also saying that the waiting isn't going to be for very long. So it is interesting as to what's going to happen in May, because in June, because although this is a May reading, I kind of feel that it's going to be sooner than perhaps you were anticipating. So brilliant. Okay, that sort of concludes the reading, I think, today, Scorpio. Thank you for sort of staying with me. I hope you reached the end of this reading. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As I say, this is a new channel, so any sort of comments, advice that you can give me would be appreciated, because obviously I want to make sure that I'm meeting your needs in delivering these readings. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. If you could subscribe, hit the bell button so you're notified of my next readings, that would be fantastic. I appreciate all your support, and I appreciate all your comments and all the likes. And let's look forward to the next reading. Especially if the June one is going to go, you know, the love reading for June. I'm hopeful that it's going to be a really positive one for you, Scorpio. But for the time being, you know, this has been a very interesting reading for May. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. Hit the subscribe button, please, if you would. And I look forward to reading for you soon. Take care. Bye.